Hi everyone, welcome to the Tribula podcast, and this is the third episode of our podcast. And today in the studio, I'm accompanied by a girl by the name Nochi. Nochi, welcome to the Tribula podcast.
Thank you,
I really appreciate you to be in the studio.
Thank you for having me.
You can just do a little bit of your introduction because I need to know who is Nochi.
Oh, okay. Hello everyone. I'm Nochi Rutendo Charata. I'm 24. Yeah, that's all.
Nochi is a girl that is 24. Okay, so Nochi, what are we going to discuss about today?
Okay, so today we are going to discuss about marriages, relationship traditionally. Yes.
Why are you interested in discussing marriages, love, and relationships?
Because I feel like nowadays marriage is something that people don't importance. It's just confusing. It is confusing, especially in our communities. A small conflict, divorce, a small this divorce, even in the relationships, it's just confusing and stuff. Yes.
Do you mind just to give me a little bit, if it's a personal thing, you can choose to do it or not. Do you mind just to give me a background of your upbringing, how you were raised, where were you raised, and who raised you? Were you raised by both parents or by single parents?
Oh, okay. So I grew up in Zimbabwe, Mashingo. I was raised by both parents. My parents are still alive, and I'm the firstborn. So with 3 girls. Yes, and I grew up in a village. Yes, so I grew up in a very strict family. It's a very, very strict family. You don't get to do what you want, don't get to do this, don't get to do that. You get my point. Yeah, and it is a religious family, where we put God first, everything, God. You get my point. So, yeah.
So you grew up with both families, your father and your mother?
Yes.
And you are the firstborn?
Yes.
How many are you?
We are 3.
So you're the firstborn and you are 3 in your family?
Yes.
Okay, so tell me something. How does it feel like to grow up with both parents?
It feels so good, but then there are some times that it is hard. Judging from my experience, it wasn't easy every day because, I don't know if I should say this, but I have to say it because sometimes it was when I am at school and I see others, they have a single parent, right? And me, I look on my side, then I see I have both parents. So I found myself, okay, I am privileged. But then at the same time, my dad would go hard on my mom. At some time, it wasn't easy for my mom. And I can say sometimes it traumatized me. You get my point. So the feeling was kind of good. There are some days that were good. Then there are some days that were really traumatizing. And I don't even, whenever I think about them, it's just traumatizing. Get my point. But the feeling is good.
I think most kids have trauma from their childhood experiences. So how do you deal with your trauma? Have you ever tried to challenge yourself or to look at that small girl Nochi in the village to say, this is who you were and this is who I am today? Have you ever tried to fight your inner battles?
To be honest, I can say yes, I did, and I am still trying to do that. Because when I was growing up, I told myself that I was not going to forgive my dad for this and that, right? But then when as time went on, I was like, no, he is my dad, and I feel like he has changed. So I don't have to keep that my small self or to carry it throughout my life. I have to.
It's a burden to you, eh?
Yes, it is. So I try every day. I just okay, this is who I am today, and this is what I wanna be tomorrow.
So basically, it's not an issue of being raised with both parents, right? It's an issue of how you were raised. You might be raised by both parents, and someone might be in a situation to say your father was maybe brutal to your mom, and then it creates a toxic environment. It creates a bad memory inside you. So I think people should not judge someone to say because you were raised by both parents, therefore maybe your life was good or everything was smooth. And we should not also say because someone was raised by a single parent, therefore their life is a hell.
Yes.
So I'm one of those people who were raised by a single mother.
Okay.
A single mother by death, right? So my father died when I was like, I think I was 9 or 8. And from there, I don't have any memory or any picture to say this was my dad, or anything that I can say I can relate to my family. So I grew up with a single parent, and there are some benefits of growing up with a single parent, but I also believe there are some negatives.
Yes.
Especially, I never had a father figure who I can look up to and say, as a boy child, I'm looking up to someone to be like them. Okay, I never had that opportunity. I grew up in a family of 4. I got 3 sisters, and I'm the last born,
Right.
and I'm the only son. So it was a tough environment, especially for a boy child growing around only women. So it seems as if I'm more feminine than I am more masculine. So the more I try to become dominant and to be more masculine, it doesn't work, because I was not raised to be a masculine being. Of course, I am a man and I am masculine. I'm not saying I am feminine, but I'm saying I have feminine traits in me because I was raised with women. And that thing, I think it also causes problems, especially to men, because it can be a challenge when you go out into the world where there are men.
Okay.
And you have to compete and to fight for some things, because
Yes.
men are very competitive. And if you don't have that drive as a man, you won't win this battle. So that was my story growing up.
Okay.
So, Nochi, I'm interested in discussing. So we're going to discuss marriages, relationships, and love. Let's start from the foundation of love before we step into relationships and marriages. Are you in love?
Well, it's complicated.
Okay.
My heart, I can say
It's complicated, yeah?
yeah. I cannot say that I am in love.
Okay.
I fell in love before.
Okay.
I really fell in love. So
Were
like
you in love or you fell in love?
I feel like I fell in love before. Yes, but now I can't say I am in love because I am just into that something like okay.
You've lost hope, yeah?
Yes, like, and I'm not laughing, like laughing. I'm like 50% laughing, 50% space for disappointment. You get my point?
Okay.
So I don't know if I can say I am in love with them.
So how do you define this, or is it in your own experiences in life? How do you define love, or is something that is not explainable, or something that cannot be comprehended by our human minds?
Honestly speaking, I feel like love it have a meaning, it have a definition, but that definition in this our generation, like.
But what
it's nothing.
what was its definition back in the day?
Okay.
Because it is still the same word, and maybe
Yes.
the same experiences.
Yeah, maybe. So love, from my own understanding, I feel like love is understanding,
Okay.
is patient, and is kindness. But above all, I feel like love is all about understanding. Because if you understand covers a lot of things in love. So I feel like understanding is the most good or fit word for love.
And so, do you mind just to check us the definition of love? So, I'm someone who is blown up with the idea of love, and I was never loved. Truth be told, because the moment that my dad died, right, I was like 9, and then my mom used to work like all the day, 24 hours. She was always working, so there was no one to show me love in general.
Okay.
I was never hugged as a kid.
Right.
for someone to show me that they love me. Not because they don't care, but they don't have the time to. So it's difficult for me to actually, okay, so we have the definition of love. An intense feeling of deep affection. Babies feel parents with feelings of love. Okay. The second one, a great interest and pleasure in something. And then the verb feel deep affection for someone. So with all these definitions of love, I'm blown. My mind is blown with the idea of love. So I believe that the concept or the thing that we call love does not exist. That's my opinion.
Okay, but how?
The reason why I say love does not exist. Do you fall in love with everyone, with anyone, or with anything?
No.
Why?
Because I feel like it's all about a feeling.
If it is about a feeling, why do you limit yourself to feel something inside you about something that you're not interested in? Have you ever fallen in love with someone who's crippled?
Yeah?
Have you ever fallen in love with someone who's blind?
Yes, if he's cute. Yes. Yes.
So your understanding and your definition of love is conditional, right? You love something because it is something.
Yes.
So that's why I say I don't believe in the existence of a thing called love.
Okay.
Because for love to happen, you need an object, right? If we close your eyes and we say, what do you love? What are you going to choose from? Are you going to love from blindness? If we close your eyes and we put you in this studio and you say, Nochi, what do you love? Are you going to say, I love this without saying anything?
I think I'll be like, I love the room temperature. because it's what I feel at the moment. So I'll be liking a room temperature. Yeah.
You'll be liking the room temperature?
Yes.
But I mean, for that to happen, you can feel the temperature.
Yeah.
If you were not inside that room where there's that temperature, you wouldn't feel that you are in love with something.
Yeah.
So I believe love is an illusion.
But if it is an illusion, how come? Because like it is happening in our daily lives. So how can it be an illusion?
The same like how do we explain dreams? Or how do we explain visions? Or we have people who believe in luck. How do we explain luck? It's something that we cannot explain. Maybe it can happen. I don't know, but I don't think we can explain that what luck is. Maybe some people have understandings of how luck works, but
it is there.
Yeah, but
luck happens.
So that's what I'm relating to love. I'm saying love is like lucky, because how do you explain something that can? Because if I say I love this water, if we take away this water, what am I going to love?
You find another water.
So love only exists if there is an object.
Yeah.
So without an
true.
object, you don't love.
Yeah.
So subconsciously, you have things in your mind that you say, if I need a guy, okay, I expect him to be this and this and this and this and this.
Yeah.
Maybe you have a certain race that you say, I only date blacks, or I only date whites, or I only date Indians. Or you say, I only date tall guys, or maybe short guys. So you have what can I say? You have things in your life, or you have goals or expectations that you have from what you are going to love.
Yeah.
So love is not something, that's my opinion. Love is not something that we can say it does exist, because how does it exist if it cannot happen without?
But then they are objects, right?
Yeah.
So love exists because they are objects. we can never run out of objects. Objects are still will be there forever.
So
yes.
I believe what we are calling love is a combustion, or I'm running out of words that I can use to clarify this thing.
Okay.
You see something for the first time, same like the very first time you had your cell phone, right? Mm-hmm. You were in love. you were happy that you have a cell phone because it is something that was not present in your life.
Yeah.
So the moment you get your cell phone, you were overexcited that maybe you did not sleep for the night trying to understand how does this app work, how much storage do I have, how much memory, and all those things.
Yeah.
But as time goes on, you start to lose interest in that cell phone. Not that you lose interest, but the first interest that you had on your first day and the interest that you have with your phone now is different. Now you only need to use your phone maybe for communication or to make phone calls, but you no longer need to check how much space do I have, how much does this. So that affection with your phone is now a little bit different from when you get your phone.
I am used to my phone.
Yeah, so that's the same with love. Because you feel like you are incomplete in yourself, and then you need something that can fulfill you as an individual. You feel that you are lacking something inside you, so you need something that can fulfill you, or that can boost your selfishness or your ego to say, okay, this is mine.
Yeah, because it was created that way. Yes, because I feel like it was supposed to be like that.
Why?
And it is supposed to be like that.
Why is it supposed to be like that?
Because it's happening every day in our lives, eh? Because I can't stay single. Okay, I'm not saying
Have you ever seen a ghost?
A ghost?
Yeah.
In the village, yes.
Have you ever seen a ghost? How do you explain a ghost?
Okay, so in our culture, right?
Yeah.
Some they see a ghost as a human, like, I saw Mama Chimuti yesterday.
Okay.
Like, hey, Mama Chimuti is gone. She's no longer. Like, but she was walking with me across that bridge. You can.
Okay, but if
but
you
me personally,
no,
like I'm trying to say, like the different type of, like the way how ghosts appear.
Okay.
Yes. So there is this way, like ghosts appear as a small flame. You get my point?
So,
Small flame. Yes. So you can like at the graveyard, when you wake up in the middle of the night,
okay,
you see flames there. Like it will be
where?
very bright in my village.
Okay.
Yes.
So you know where
I saw flames. I saw the light.
Okay.
Yes, and like it's a ghost.
So you saw smoke and you convinced yourself that it's a ghost, and you said to yourself, I have seen a ghost because you have seen smoke. So you have
fire, like you see, it would be coming from the graveyard. Like we have a hero or something like graveyard. So you see there, you see it would be going to its home, right?
So
that's how it is.
I compare where I find this thing correlated, love and ghosts. Yes, people say love exists the same way people say ghosts exist. Mm-hmm. But do we actually have someone who can say you are saying you have seen a ghost?
Yes.
But you have seen smoke and you interpreted that smoke to say this is a ghost. But when people talk of ghosts, I think they think of seeing someone maybe who was dead and then they're coming back into life,
yes,
like in a physical being.
Yes.
So that's what we refer to as ghost. But I've never seen one. But growing up, I was afraid of ghosts, and I wouldn't walk in a graveyard because I was scared I was gonna meet ghosts.
Ghosts are there.
Yes, we were told that ghosts exist, but I've never seen a ghost in my life.
I hear from you.
Okay,
ghosts exist, eh?
So it's the same with love. People are falling in love. People are in love, but what is it that they're calling love?
So maybe you can just say it's a feeling.
It's a feeling. What? I don't know how I can define love. I honestly don't know, because do blind people fall in love?
Yeah, they do.
How?
Like I told you, like I can be blind,
yeah, and
I fall in love with this room temperature. So I can be blind and a guy can approach. I might just like how he smells.
So there's already something that can make you like something.
Yes, I can't just like I'm sitting here and I say I love that guy. So the guy have to approach, and then I can feel if there is something that I can say, okay, I love this about this person. Like if I am blind, obviously I fall in love with the smell. Like obviously I can feel the height that the guy is taller than me. I can feel the chest. That's okay. The guy, I feel like, okay, this is the kind of man that I want.
So if he's not tall, if he's short, if he's thin, will you love?
If For me personally, I don't like thin guys.
So the moment you see a thin guy, you are being turned off.
Yes.
So it means love is not something that is real. It's something that is, I think it's an expression of your inner self.
Yeah.
Okay, so you feel like you are missing something in your life, and then you want that something to be there that you can feel like you are fulfilled.
Yes.
I think that's what I can define as love, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Let's now step into, everyone is in a relationship. Let's step into the idea and the concept of a relationship. How do you understand the relationship? That love says a lot, yeah?
Relationship. Relationship.
Don't be lost, yeah? We are still here. Still have time.
Yeah, a relationship. So, from my own way of seeing the word relationship, relationship is not an easy thing, right? It might be a relationship between a brother and a sister, a relationship between a boyfriend and a girlfriend, a relationship between.
So we want the romantic
relationship.
one.
Okay, all right. So the romantic
Can
one.
you search for me the relationship?
Definition of a relationship?
Yeah.
Okay, so the way in a relationship, it's all about understanding. I can just say it's all about understanding. You can't be in a relationship with someone if you don't understand. Yeah.
So where okay, the way in which two people or more people or things are connected, or the state of being connected. So it means you're being connected to someone, right?
Yes.
It's a matter of finding a correlation with someone and maybe finding some fundamentals that you can, or a mutual understanding and some mutual benefits.
So it understanding covers everything.
Yeah. So it also comes to say, in a relationship is a mutual. There's some form of mutual benefits, because you are lacking someone. You are lacking something inside you, right? And you need someone or something to fulfill you, right? So it's a benefit to you.
Kinda.
Of course.
Yeah.
So that's what I define as a relationship. Is something that has a mutual benefits for everyone.
Okay, but then the way I see things is like, or maybe ask women, we feel like in every thing, we feel like you guys are the only ones who benefit from a relationship. You get my point?
Yeah, we are. In theory, I would say a relationship should be a benefit for everyone. But when it comes to practical, when people are saying we are in love, siajola, then it's never going to be a mutual benefit. Someone is benefiting and someone is not benefiting.
One-sided, yes.
Because what I've realized in life is that we end up in relationships with the people that we don't love.
Yes,
and
that's true.
We try by all means to fall in love with them. But those we love, they don't love us.
They have their type.
And those that loves us, we don't love them. So that is the way of life. So,
and it's painful.
It's not. Okay. I think it's funny. No. It's funny if you're looking at it from my point of view. That's why I don't believe in love. I don't actually think love exists. It's just an expression of emotions and feelings. So in relationships, most people, they actually don't know what they are looking for when they are saying we are in a relationship. They are just looking for a partner to say, I've got my own boyfriend and I've got my own girlfriend. Life is flowing, life is going. But they don't understand the principles and the fundamentals of relationships.
Well, I think on that it depends on people.
But it's also an act of selfishness because you want to benefit something. Can you do something that does not benefit you individually?
Yeah, that's what I said. I feel like it depends on people.
What is it that you do that is not beneficial to you?
In a relationship or just general?
In general.
That I do that don't benefits me. Well, I did microplanner in educating. So I give guidance and counseling. It don't benefit me in any way because I'll be having my own burdens. So I can say that's what I do that don't benefit me.
In everything that human beings do, there is a form of selfishness.
But okay,
If I open this water and I drink, it's benefiting who?
when
Yeah, so it's a benefit to me that I'm drinking this water.
so what, like
So
how
I'm
do you
doing it
thi-
for my own personal benefit.
So how do you think me giving counseling to people help me or give me some benefits?
How do you feel after helping someone?
I feel good.
That's it. It's selfishness, but it's selfishness to
Yeah,
the
wait,
extreme.
How can you say that?
because you are trying to boost your ego. You are doing something to boost your ego, right? You feel good after doing something.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing to do something good. So it's not a bad thing to feel in that way, but it's a form of selfishness. Everyone is serving their own personal interest. So when we come back to relationships now, most people are in relationships which are not benefiting them.
Yeah, including me. I'm one of those people.
I don't want people to come and find me and say, Tribla, someone said on your podcast, they are not in a relationship with me. I don't take this one. That's what she said. So I've realized that we don't understand the concept of relationships and what it is and what it is meant to do.
Okay.
So I think a relationship is like when you want to go somewhere, there is a starting point,
Yeah.
and there is the journey, and along the journey, there is a destination, right? So people get into a relationship and get too comfortable thinking that they are in their destination. So the destination, you fall in love, which I don't agree with, and then you are in a relationship. And the reason why you are in a relationship, you are supposed to learn someone because you want to be in a marriage. So a relationship is a period in the process in life whereby you should learn and know someone. You should not live as if you are married in a relationship.
Okay, like about that part of learning and to know someone, do you know like that? Okay, forgive the way that I'm about to use.
Okay.
The sons of Pharaoh. You see, these sons of Pharaoh, your brothers, eh?
Okay. I'm one
men,
of them. Eh?
Yes, I mean men. These sons
Are you
of
referring
Pharaoh.
to me also?
I don't know
Okay.
if their shoes fit. Okay, like do you know that there is a like this thing that happens like you can date a person, a guy, usually guys, you can date him for 2 years, eh? And you
Testing for
won't-
2 years.
Yes, and you won't know anything that he does not want you to know.
What are you doing to know that what he doesn't want you to know?
Actually, I am trying my best.
What? So
Like we believe that.
Let me tell you the mistake that we as people do in relationships. We get into a relationship. The very first moment someone proposes to you and you say yes, you say we are in a relationship. You get relaxed. You get too comfortable. You now start to trust someone to such a point you think they're not going to do anything to you.
But do you think we won't be trying our best to fight? Because, like, if I have, like you said, people.
So my question is, say, what have you done to try to understand the other side of the other person?
Okay, me personally, I just.
Nothing.
No,
People are actually doing nothing.
But me, I did something, and I see my other fellow
Like what?
sisters out there, they are doing something.
What have you done?
We're trying because we know that communication is the key. So we take the person, we sit the person, we ask, eh? We know that growing up or in our culture, we're not allowed to visit the guy's place, eh? But now if the person
This
tell
is
you
not
that
20th century. We are in the 21st century.
Exactly. So now we just have to sacrifice our morals, eh? And be going to see where the person is staying. And the person will tell you that I'm staying with my brother, eh? The person will invite you to his friend's place. And every time you visit, you take you there and he make you feel at home. Like,
And when are you going to feel at home, right?
yes.
So that's my point to say. We don't know let me tell you this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that as human beings, we have two sides. We have the dark side and we have the light side.
Yeah.
Right? So there's a conscious you and there's the subconscious you, which is your dark side, right? And most people don't know who they are. If I would ask you, you're going to tell me I'm Nochi, or I would say I'm Trebla. That's not who I am. That's a name that was given to me by someone, or it's a name that I gave myself, right? But who I am as an individual, do I know who I am? Do I know what I want? Do I know what I don't want? Do I know where I want to go? Do I know when to sleep? People don't actually have time to sit with themselves and understand the dark side of them, right? So that's what we call your shadow self. So if you are not doing anything to learn about your shadow self, what are you doing to understand someone's shadow self? Because marriage is the only war that two enemies can sleep together, right? And in marriage, that's where someone can actually burst out and show the other side that no one knows.
Because of marriage.
People would think this guy is a pastor out there. He's a good guy, he's a nice guy, he's always smiling, he's always happy, he's always doing the right things. But someone who is in his bedroom can tell you this guy is actually not what you guys are saying. Because in marriage, there's no longer faking and trying to do the lullabies. Now we are doing it as it is. Now it's real business, right? And we are not doing enough to try to understand the other person. So relationships are now being done to find someone to walk the journey with. I'm in love with this guy. He's paying my rent. He's paying my nails. We go out, we party, we come back home. And I'm hoping that this guy is going to marry me. Even if he does marry you, you're going to think that someone changes when you're in the marriage. People don't change. Maybe they do. But in this aspect, you did not do enough job to actually see who the person is.
But can a person ever do an enough job? Especially when it comes to learning a person or to knowing a person, it's difficult because I can only know what you want me to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you don't want me to know that you are married, I'll date you for 2 years. Then jiggy. My guy is married and kids have kids.
Okay, so why would you date someone for 2 years? Like, let's talk of the lifespan of dating. How long should the relationship be?
I feel it depends on how, on your connection or understanding. If you have that connection with the person and understanding, I feel like 4 to 6 months.
Okay.
Yes. 4 to 6 months or 3 months, you should be already discussing about what's your favorite.
It takes you 3 months, 6 months to understand the other person.
If you have that connection, right? Yes.
Okay.
Because there are some times that you feel that it's not like we won't be feeling that you people are lying to us. We can feel it, but that other thing that you'll be telling no. Maybe I'm mistaken, or I don't know.
Why are you referring to men as liars? Do you lie?
I'm just doing the referring according to my own experiences and according to my fellow sisters' experiences. In most cases, right, it is like that.
So let me tell you a secret about life. We lie a lot to those whom we care for.
Hi, how can you lie to me?
If I care about you, Nochi, if I really love you, if I really like you, telling you the truth will be the last thing to do. Because the truth hurts. At the moment I tell you the truth, it will break the relationship.
Okay, so you think I'd rather find out the truth myself?
No, I'm actually saying that's how there are some lies which are deliberate. I'm not just talking of petty lies. I'm talking of if you want to maintain a good relationship with someone, those relationships are based on lies.
But do you ever think, or do you ever have that thought of okay, fine, I am keeping this from her because I don't want to hurt her or I want to keep the relationship. Have you ever had that thought okay, what if she finds out later? Do you think of what's going to happen? Definitely,
I might know that something when you find out is going to hurt you. So I will try by all means to lie to you that I will protect your feelings. So I think that's a good way of keeping relationships. There are certain things that we don't need to expose to our partners or to people that we should just keep to ourselves for the sake of them, which is what is happening. once someone tells you the truth, once someone tells you in your face, the same like you are talking to a guy and he tells you, I don't like you, how are you going to feel?
I won't feel good about. Actually,
it's gonna hurt, right? And you
and
hate that
it's
person.
going to be okay because I know where we stand.
No, I'm saying if a random guy, let's say if I say Nochi, I don't like you, or no, Nochi, whatever, something that can hate you, you're gonna be hate and you're gonna hate me. It means that between you and me, there's no relationship, right?
But at the same time, I just don't feel like a relationship built on lies is okay. Tell me, let me be heard at that moment, then I'll decide what to do.
For better, for worse, is for lying. Because if I say we're gonna be together for better, for worse, it means that whatever you do wrong, I'm gonna pretend as if it's right.
You can't promise
and
me
I'm going
for
to
better.
lie to you that I still love you even if you're doing something that is
No,
wrong.
you can't promise me for better, for worse when you are lying to me. Like in most cases, it is something serious. You don't just lie. It is something serious. And for you to decide that, okay, I want to keep this from her, you know that thing might cause havoc. Let the havoc happen. At the meantime, then I'll cool down, I'll decide what I want to do with the thing. You don't have to lie to me.
Okay, let's talk of marriages. I think that's my most controversial topic. I talk a lot about marriage. And
Right.
the first thing that comes to my mind when I speak of marriage, I always say marriage is slavery. And that was good. The reason why I say marriage is slavery, as I've said, in every relationship, there's a mutual benefit, right? So
Yeah.
when it comes to marriages, especially, it is men who are always on the pedestal. Men are always the one on the winning side, especially when we're talking of the structures of the African families or the African homes, African marriages.
Yeah.
They are benefiting men more than women. So in that case, you would agree that you were being taught as a young child or as a young girl how to treat a man, how to treat your husband. You wake up in the morning, before he wakes up, boil the water for him, wake him up, let him go to bath, he comes back. He's like a god, he's like a king. And you are not a queen, but a slave who is serving his master. That's why sometimes when you are greeting or you are serving your men some food, you have to kneel down and do all those type of things.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not against those things, but I'm just saying, to a certain degree, marriage to me, I feel like it is a form of slavery. How do you understand marriage, Noche?
I understand marriage is a good thing.
Okay, what's the good thing about marriage?
It is good when marriage. Okay, I just feel like marriage is defined by how your marriage is at the moment. Okay, there are people who are married and they're enjoying the marriage. They don't even have this kneeling down and stuff. They're just living as bad. You get my point? Then there are the ones who are very strict. Those ones who, yes, I agree that but the other part of marriage is a form of slavery. I get you. But then the other side of marriage, hey, it's Canaan now. It's very nice.
Marriage is nice.
Yes, on the other side, it's nice.
Have you ever been married?
No, but I see. And I hear other married people. Obviously, it's full of ups and downs, just like life.
How many married people do you know? And how many people whom you know have been married and divorced? And what was the reason of those divorces?
I know a lot of people are married.
And they are happily married?
Not all of them. Some are suffering. A lot. So I can just say, and some they divorced.
Okay.
Like what I told you, I'm not against your point.
Can I give you a scenario? Given a chance right now, would you want to go and live with your mom for the rest of your life?
Oh, yeah, I want.
For better, for worse?
Yes. I want.
You are 1 in a million. Most people that I know or that I've asked this question, definitely, the moment that you are going to stay with your parents, it means they are going to take away your freedom. Okay, they are going to limit who you are going to speak with. They are going to tell you the time to get inside the house.
My parents.
Yeah,
That's if
definitely
I am.
for sure, because you are living in their house.
But now I am grown up.
No, I asked.
They wouldn't.
My question was to say, given a chance that you go and live with your parents.
Like now, as old as I am.
As old as you are.
Them telling me what time to
Definitely
get
for sure
inside
in their house.
Actually, I feel like even if they don't tell me the time, me personally, the way they raised me, I know that 6 o'clock the person should be inside.
So that's my question now.
But it's not a problem.
I'm not saying it's a problem. I'm genuinely asking, would you want to go back and live under the authority of your parents, coming back home at 6? They tell you what to eat.
100%. Okay. And it's not like they'll be telling me what to do because now I'm a grown person. I know that I wake up in the morning, I sweep the yard. My mom wake up very early. You wake up and she's already done with everything. You get my point? So I would go there and stay forever. I would go there like for the rest of my life. I don't mind.
It seems like your relationship with your mom is so good.
It's so sweet.
I could tell. Men were actually providers and women were just sitting at home and they were living life at easy. So it was beneficial that men will have someone to give them comfort and love. Mm-hmm. And women will have someone to give them shelter in comfort and maybe raising kids. So it was beneficial in both sides.
We can't say men were giving women shelter. It's not like you picked me from the streets. The shelter part must not be included.
Yeah, but do you know that in African homes, girls don't inherit the wealth or anything from their family?
But I can stay as much as long as
but you don't carry the family name in you in African culture. So it can only be a boy. So back to my story. I was the last born son in my family of 3 girls, right? Mm-hmm. And 1 boy. So as a young kid, I was always referred to as the father of the house because I carried the family name. Mm-hmm. So the disadvantage is that why most African men didn't want to have a girl child, right? Because a woman is going to be married and she's going to leave my name. She's going to adopt someone's name. Mm-hmm. So the only benefits to the family of a girl child was the cows. That's why they say if you have a girl child, tinemombe zedu. Yeah, so they are counting you as cows because someone's coming to pay lobola for you. So, but now when we have a male child, a boy child, that's someone who is going to perpetuate the family name, is going to give his son the family name and his son the family name. So it was
all about the family name, the lineage.
So marriage was socially constructed for the benefit of both women and men. But why I say marriage is slavery now is now after the Industrial Revolution, right? They say we need workforce, we need manpower, and we need more taxes. How do we raise those things? We need to take women from home, and we now need to empower them. That's why I'm always against feminism as a movement, because by empowering women, now women are competing for jobs with men. Mm-hmm. But what do women need from men? They need providence and protection. So if you take away those things from men and women can get them, it is, then why do women need more men anymore? That's why relationships now are not working, because men don't see a reason to have a wife who wakes up in the morning, goes to work, call another man a boss, and when she came home, she don't perform the duties of a wife.
Because I'll be tired.
Because I'm tired from work. Yes. And when you get your salary, it is your money. It does not contribute to the upkeep of the family.
Yes, you don't ask me what I do with my money.
So what are you working for?
But my money is for images. Like if your mother, if your mother asks, I'll be sending. Okay.
What are you working for? Are you working for your family or
our
you're working
families? Because you can't be You are paying rent. You are buying food, electricity, Wi-Fi, everything.
You don't need to. You need a man who can be able to do those things.
That's why I'm saying, like, you'll be doing those stuff. So me, I'll be working for the extras.
No, listen. Where as women you are getting it wrong. It's not a responsibility of you as an African child to take care of your parents. Right?
But it is what
that's,
it is.
That's why someone came and paid lobola for you, and you leave your name and you take their name. Means you are no longer, you. Of course, you are part of that family, but now you have a new family. That's why you carry their name. So this idea that you are working for your parents, it is not your duty.
It is my husband's duty.
No.
It's
no,
whose
it's
duty?
not. It's not. That's why I
whose
said
duty?
marriage was.
So I should just ditch my parents because they are still my parents.
No, I'm not saying so. I'm saying it is not your responsibility as a woman to take
it's
care of your family.
So it's whose
It
responsibility?
is a man. If you have brothers, it is your brother's duty.
Like I don't have brothers.
Thank you. Then it's a loss for your family.
No, it's not a loss because I would take care of them until my last breath.
So you find it difficult to relate with men because no man wants his woman to wake up in the morning, go to work, come back home, complain that you are tired. At the end of the month, you're contributing nothing to the upkeep of the family. Then why are you going to work? I can give you that money while you're staying at home, raising the kids.
You can give me what?
That money that you want.
No. You don't give me. Okay, sorry. The main reasons why us women are in that much pressure of I also have to go to work is because of this generation. You are stingy. You don't give us money. Some men they work, they get paid enough money, but they don't take care of the families. You get my point? And we have that mentality and that belief that if you don't have, if as a woman, if you're not making your own money, you don't have that freedom in your marriage. The husband will be doing anything he wants because you don't have money. So if I have my own money, if you tell me fuck off, I'll be like, okay, you two fuck off. Okay. You get my point?
Our time is up, yeah? Oh, see one. Okay, so why I do believe that in this modern day and age, marriage does not work and is slavery. People are still using the constitution of marriage, which was enacted maybe 100 years or 200 years ago, when things were still more primitive. Mm-hmm. But things have changed. When marriage was invented, maybe back in the day, women were depending upon men for survival, and men were depending on women to raise kids, right?
And don't you find it more slavery than now?
So what I see now is that marriages don't work as long as both parties are going to work.
No.
The reason why, let me tell you the reason why. There is something in men that is not in women. Men are not born to submit.
But
men naturally don't take orders from anyone.
What if I feel like I can't take orders from anyone too?
That's where I say if people want to get married, right, they should understand what is marriage. Don't just get married for the sake of, I want to be married, I want to have my own husband. Why do you need a husband? Why do you need to get married, right? So let's ask these questions. Why do I want to get married? Because marriage is an institution which have a constitution and its own rules. So if you don't want to play according with the rules of marriage, don't get married. I always fight with men who say, Indoda can have as many wives as he can. The marriage institution that you are going to be in does not allow you to be such a man. So if you know that you are polygamous as a man, before you marry someone, be open to them. I'm a polygamous man. If you want me, this is who I am. If you don't like, thank you. Right? So the institution has its own rules. If you don't want to play by the rules, it's same like if you want to go and play soccer. You don't bring your own rules into the field and say, I'm playing this way. This is my goalpost. I don't like this goalpost. No. There are rules and there's a referee. So let's not lie to ourselves and say, I want to be married, but I don't want to play by the rules of marriage.
Okay, but at the same time, I feel like in this generation, marriage is all of out of pressure. Like me, sometimes I get pressure like, okay, Mimba is married and me, I'm not married. You get my point? So sometimes I feel like it's just that peer pressure.
So what I've said earlier, Nochi, we have two sides, right? You have your conscious mind and you have your subconscious mind. You have your light side and your dark side, right? How often do you sit with yourself and ask yourself some questions? Do I really want to get married? let's take away family. Let's take
Okay.
away religion. Let's take away people or pressures from anywhere. You as you, with your own, what we can call your own decisions or choices, right? Do I really want to get married? And what do I want to get married for?
I feel like it's just a complicated
So
thing.
if people can have an answer to that question, marriage can work. But if you are getting married to post the Lobola squad and the Lobola cakes and we post on
Yes.
social media,
Cows came
we are
home.
doing it for validation in the society that I am married.
Yeah.
He's a married man. He got a family and kids. But why are you married? So you find out at early stages of marriage, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, people will be happy, or people might be happy. But as time goes on, marriage will become boring. Because people change, especially people like me. If you have seen me like 2, 3, 5 years ago, I was a different person. I didn't have dreadlocks, right?
Especially guys, you change. Men changes.
Everyone changes. So
As women, we change to a better, like to a better.
So, Nochi, let me tell you something. I do believe to have a balanced society, right? Women are emotionally intelligent, right? When it comes to emotions, women are intelligent. That's why you see that when it comes to suicide, it is the highest rate of suicide is committed by men because they are emotionally weak.
You are weak.
But women are emotionally
You are
intelligent.
very weak.
That's not weakness. So when it comes to we need to have a balance, and then you'll find out that men are psychologically intelligent,
Yes.
right? So we need to have a balance of that emotional intelligence and that psychological intelligence, and then we blend the two to make decisions. But why I feel like marriage is not going to work because we have men who say, "This is my house. What I say is what goes," because that's what they were being taught. Especially when we talk from the Christian perspective. Wives submit to your husbands as the church commits to Christ, and it also says the man is the head of the house as Christ is the head of the church. So it's all about hierarchy. It's about authority. So men claims this authority from social construct and from social pressures. So you find out that there's a man who say, I will never lose to any woman because I'm a man. There are women who are physically stronger than me, and if we have to fight, they can beat me up. So the fact that I'm a man does not mean I can always win against women, right? So when it comes to families, it's not always that if you are a man, you are physically strong and your wife is physically weak. People must come to a table and say, okay, I need to commit to Nochi and we need to start a family. What are my weaknesses? What are my strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are your strengths? And then we find something that we can agree on. Personally, as two people without society saying, a man is the head of the house. Maybe you are told the man is short, but you're saying, you must put that light on. But I can't reach the roof. Can't you hear me out?
But
So
you're the head of the house.
yeah, so that's where the problem is. Gender roles I think they're actually causing problems in marriages because a man cannot change diapers. But if the wife is cooking and the child is some poop, what must happen? I must call the wife,
men,
please
they
come
do-
here and change the diaper.
That was the back in the days. Now some men, they're so loving, they're so caring. They can change the diapers, eh? They can take.
The way to say it.
Yes, there are some God-given husbands out there.
I think it's good when two people are in a relationship or a marriage.
Yeah.
That they negotiate and share like gender roles. Okay, I can sweep, you can clean, I can wash the clothes, you can do this. But where I find the problems with marriage is that a man will go to work, his wife is going to work, they are both working and they both came back home. As a man, I don't clean, I don't cook, I don't wash dishes, I don't do anything. I just came home, sit, watch TV. There's soccer, there's Man U and Man City today. So which team is going to win? I've got my glass of beer, I'm watching soccer, and you are doing all the chores. You're going to wash the dishes, you're going to play with the babies, you're going to cook, you're going to wash the dishes after, and then I'll need you in bed. So to me, that's a form of slavery.
But it depends on your. I feel like it depends on your agreement. Like what you said, you sit, you talk. If he says, okay, Ru, you can't go to work because of this and this. Okay, fine. I won't go to work. It depends on your agreement. But if my husband tells me, you can't go to work, I'm like, no, I'll go to work. He has every right to come and cross his legs and watch soccer and watch me do my duties there. You get my point?
So it has to be beneficial in both sides.
Yes.
Okay. So I think we still have a lot to explore when it comes to this marriage issue, right? And I think we have come to the end of the show, and I really thank you, Nochi, for being here today and discuss the most controversial topic about marriage and umjolo. Umjolo is the pandemic. Thank you guys for watching, and keep subscribe. We're gonna be dropping more and more videos. Thank you.